Good morning, everybody. Tom's here from the Three Buff Guys, joined by my brother William and my dad Richard. But you wouldn't be able to tell the difference nowadays because they are both looking young and buff. How's it going, guys?
Everything's going wonderfully.
Yeah, yeah.
Snowing like crazy here. Yeah, so much snow that it's hard to do anything except push the snowblower and go walking. I could have walked with my snowshoes today easily. In fact, I may do that later on, but I may not. I may just go for a sleep instead.
Yeah.
What about you, William? How are you doing?
I'm doing very well, very well. A lot of studying to do, which is quite exhausting, but other than that, doing great. And you, Thomas?
Phenomenal. So it is freezing over here, but no snow yet. We just have a nice thick layer of frost on the ground. But it's going to be a good day. I'm excited. Definitely excited.
Okay. So here we are, episode 43. Two
Yep.
weeks till 2 weeks till Christmas. So we've nearly made it a whole year. And I've nearly made it 5,000 kilometers.
Car.
There's been a lot of walking.
Yeah.
So I'm going to start this week. What went well this week? What went well this week was I am back in the groove. I am back on the bicycle. I am back on the right tracks. This week I took the challenge and I did it Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I didn't do it yesterday. I didn't do it today. I've been doing plenty of other exercise today and yesterday, but I really enjoyed it. I didn't do the ones that you two were doing. I just found another one first thing in the morning, and it was good. Made me smile, and also made me realize as well that the amount of calories, if you trust the calorie counter on the watch, the amount of calories that you burn for a 15-minute hit is like the same as an hour walking. So it's certainly an efficient way to burn the calories. So all in all, I'm feeling tired, but I'm feeling good. Feeling really, really positive now.
Good.
A complete change to the way I was last week. So no complaints from my side.
It's very good.
What about you, William?
Everything went well, or nothing went wrong. Let's say it that way. I had a lot of fun doing the videos as well. As painful as they were, you just have a bigger sense of accomplishment once you've done one of those videos as opposed to have just went walking, and it's more fun and you burn a lot more calories. So only positives for doing the videos.
Okay.
And yeah, I did it every day. I haven't done it today yet, but I certainly will. I'm going to keep up that challenge, I think. But they weren't all hit videos. Some were also ab workout videos, which were equally as intense. So
doesn't matter. As long as we're doing something.
Mm-hmm.
What about you then, Rocky?
Yeah, so my challenge was a little bit different. Last week I asked for a bit of a change up from what you guys were doing, which was going to be boxing. It has been absolutely brutal. I didn't think you could cram so much pain and fatigue into 3-minute rounds. YouTube is a really great resource. I was able to find different kinds of timers. So it had 6 2-minute rounds. It had 12 3-minute rounds. They have a little bit of something for everybody. I was able to get my fiance Lily to start doing it with me a little bit as well, and she's actually been doing really good, adding 10 seconds on every day, and really proud of her. I tell you what, if you're in a 3-minute round and you're just going to town with this punch bag, and then you'll look over and you'll glance over at your timer, and you'll only be 40 seconds in. And it's just like time moves so slowly. So I have a huge appreciation for people that do this on a everyday hour-long level. It's absolutely crazy.
Okay. And
Did
have
you
you managed to do it every day?
To what?
Every day?
I think every day with the exception of Tuesday, I was able to do it.
Okay. And when do you do it? Before work or after?
After work, as soon as I get home, before I even shower, I go home, get into some shorts, and I hit the bag.
Okay.
And what's the sweat like? Do you sweat a lot?
A lot, and it builds up really quickly. So the setup's in my garage, and the garage is actually pretty cool. But by the end of it, it's just between rounds, I'll go and I'll open up the garage door and just let some air in there. It gets really hot and sweaty.
Do it another few days, you can go and roll out in the snow afterwards.
Hopefully, yeah, that's the hope.
I'm sure. Okay, so we're all doing well.
Mm.
So nothing much to say there. Okay, so we started to answer already. But for me, it was really good. It was good to, like you, Thomas. As soon as you get in from work, before you do anything, you do it. For me, as soon as I got up, came downstairs, put the TV on, and I did it immediately. Before I showered, before I went out for a walk, before I did anything, get it out of the way. And it made me smile, made me laugh.
Mm-hmm.
Probably not doing it hard enough if it's making me laugh, but it was good. So no complaints from my side, and I'm in for doing it this week as well. And same for you too?
Yeah.
Definitely, yeah. And the great thing about HIIT is that you continue, or you burn calories throughout the day, or even after hours after the workout itself, you still burn calories. So that's also great about HIIT training.
Okay. One of the things that I wanted to discuss here, I thought I wrote it down, but obviously not. I went to the doctor the other day, feeling really good. I am the lightest I've been in about 100 years. So went to the doctor feeling good. He said, while you're here, we'll measure your blood pressure. And my blood pressure was high. So he said, you take tablets? And I said, nope. He said, well, maybe you should, but what we'll do is go away and monitor your blood pressure for a couple of weeks and then come back. I came home, and for some reason my blood pressure monitor had disappeared, so I didn't really bother William. But for the relocation to America, I had to go to the company doctor for a medical. And the first stage of the medical was they take some blood, they take your blood pressure, and then I'm going back for the medical this week. And I said to the nurse, just for interest, how is my blood pressure? And she says, quite high. This was first thing in the morning. And it had been a bit of a crazy morning because I got up late-ish and I had to do my HIIT video and I had to do some steps. And I got to work about 2 minutes before the medical was due, so a bit stressing. And just as I was leaving her, I said, do you have a blood pressure meter that I can borrow? And she said, yeah, definitely. So I borrowed it and I've started to measure my blood pressure.
Mm-hmm.
And very interesting. I started on Friday and the blood pressure was high. I started Friday. Yeah, Friday it was high. Saturday it was lower. Today it's within the range. So I'm interested to see how it's going to go during the week. In the past, I thought, yeah, who cares?
Mm-hmm.
What's the problem with high blood pressure? But I did a little bit of research, and it's something that shouldn't be ignored.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, little lesson there to us all.
Absolutely.
I have no idea what my blood pressure was a year ago.
Yeah. Well, it's scary when you think about it. You think about how much healthier and fitter you are now that number could have been a lot worse.
Yeah, and it was good for a change, because you look at the Mr. Google, what can I do to reduce my blood pressure without taking tablets? Because I really don't want to take tablets. So reduce salt, potentially less coffee, more exercise, do a minimum of 90 minutes per week. I thought, oh, I do 90 minutes a day. So,
Yeah.
and then reduce your waistline to below 40 inches. I thought, hey, I'm at 34 inches now. So good on that score as well. So the benefits that we've had from this last year, I'm really reaping them now. So I'm pleased with myself. Obviously, I have some way to go, but I'm determined to get this down and under control without tablets. Have you ever measured yours, Thomas? Because we know that mine's high. William, was yours high or low?
Mine was very high, way too high.
Okay.
I did 2 weeks ago. I went to the CVS, and you can do it there for free. It was about 140/86, which isn't, it's not the best in the world, not the worst. Certainly something I want to keep a little bit lower. It's one of the first things we learned when I was in my EMT class. Simple things like the blood pressure, what kind of effects that can have on the body, a low blood pressure or a high blood pressure. So your perfect one is 120/80, which I've never seen before, and I've measured a lot of blood pressures in my life. You got
Yeah,
that's great. Yeah, that is a picture perfect. Yeah.
These are the last two.
I must have measured hundreds of blood pressures in my day. I've never got one that was 120/80. Well, but if you're in that ballpark, at least the old ticker's in a good condition. So
yeah, I hope so. So we tend to spend money on pizzas. We tend to spend money on Cracker Barrel breakfast. We tend to spend money on gadgets and gizmos. They're not very expensive. Maybe it's worth buying one, Thomas. I bought one myself, but it disappeared. No idea where.
Who would do that? Who could do that?
No idea.
Yeah, on one hand, it's not worth getting paranoid about. On the other hand, when the meter's so cheap, it's worth doing.
Yeah. On another note, you talked a little bit about how you're at the doctor. Aside from your blood pressure, what did he say?
No, I don't know. That comes this week. It just took the blood pressure. That was the nurse, and I've got a follow-up appointment with the doctor this week.
But this is the guy that was with you sort of before we got this started.
Yeah.
So he should see you and have where's the rest of you? Where'd you leave the rest of you?
Well, it won't be a surprise to him, because I sent him the link to the channel a while ago. I told him what we were doing, so I'm hoping that he'll be impressed.
Well, I hope so. I think so.
Yeah, we've changed the lives of people. There's the HR woman that I work with. She's consciously looking weight. Some people in my team are consciously losing weight as well. So that's because of us three.
Nice.
That's the goal.
I'm starting to get nervous about the upcoming weeks. This is the time of the year. I think we say that though for every time of the year though. Easter, it's the time of year where you eat a lot. You've got Halloween parties, you eat a lot. Christmas, this is the time of year where cookies and cake and turkeys and hams, and it's a tough one.
The biggest worry I have is my longest goal streak now is 268 days.
Yeah.
So 268 days where I've been, a lot of it was the minimum of 10,000, then it was 15, and now since a couple of months it's been 18,200.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be a challenge to get the steps in on Christmas Day. So,
Absolutely.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And also we're driving to England in the next few days as well, so those will be challenging ones. So I'm not scared about Christmas anymore, because I can happily say no to some things.
Yeah.
And I plan to enjoy it. I don't plan to put on plenty of kilos. I'm taking these scales from this house with us,
mm-hmm.
so that I can keep measuring while I'm over there.
Good.
So it's no excuse to pile on the pounds.
No, absolutely not. Not piling on the pounds necessarily. Lily and I were talking last night, and I was telling her, I was like, I want us to have a really good meal, but I don't think we should do a turkey, which is fine for her because they don't do a turkey anyway. But I was thinking, I don't think we should do a turkey. I think we should get a small thing of ham. We do that in the slow cooker with some vegetables, maybe some asparagus, and then some kind of potato, something or other. But basically, more veg than carbs, and preferably a little bit more protein.
Mm.
But it's tough though, because if you try and tell somebody that you want to replace a meal that they usually associate with really good but unhealthy, typically, with something that is definitely more food conscious, it's a hard sell.
I don't buy it. I don't buy it, because there's nothing unhealthy about Christmas lunch, Christmas dinner.
For us, but our Christmas lunch, Christmas dinner isn't what a typical American family has.
Okay, so what's typical American then?
They have the sweet potatoes with the marshmallows on top, green bean casserole, really good but super unhealthy. It's not necessarily the certain dishes, because if you say them, they sound pretty good. It's once you look at how they're made from a can, preservatives, sugars, fats, all that stuff. It's, you
make
know,
it yourself.
I really do believe that if I said, hey, look, let me take care of it, it will be tasty, it will be filling, and it will be not the most unhealthy, I think it would be good. It's just trying to get that little bit of trust to, hey, come on, just let me do it. It'll be okay.
And life is about compromise.
Yeah.
If that's the meal if that's the tradition, then you stick with the tradition and compromise by having a couple of extra side dishes of the asparagus and whatever you want, and then you can go light on the stuff that you don't want to. But you can't force your views on other people. We all know that now, because over the years we've all been encouraged by other people to change our habits, and it doesn't work. So just make sure there are things that you want.
Yeah.
And give other people the freedom to choose.
Absolutely right.
I'm sure there'll be Brussels sprouts there. Plenty of those.
No, I think there will be, just so I can have that little bit of connection with you guys. We didn't have it last week.
Okay.
But it's exciting. This is going to be the first Christmas in the new house, and so I think, like I said, I think it can be done in a really good way. That's not going to have a whole just truckload of leftovers, and it can be done. It can be done the proper way.
It's a real luxury problem when the worry is about eating too much.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. We're very lucky. Very, very lucky.
Will you find time to go in the garage and do some boxing on Christmas Day?
Yeah, oh yeah. I'm going to do that. I might get up just as she's waking up, maybe do 15, 20 minutes, and then come on back in and make a cup of tea or something. But yeah, do it in the morning, get it out of the way.
Not too early. You don't want to wake up Father Christmas or interrupt him.
No, you do not.
And rest assured, I'll keep your brother honest. I'll take him out walking.
Good.
And if he's really good, I'll bring him back again.
Oh, I'd love that. Oh,
looks like we lost Pa. Yeah, so William, so I was thinking about this quite a bit. What is Christmas to you? Is it the presents? Is it the gifts? Is it the family? Is it the meal? You know.
I mean, of course, it used to be about the presents,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
the past few years, I've realized how much I really miss you guys. And yeah, that last Christmas just wasn't the same without you two. So yeah, I'm at an age now where I realize that family is a lot more important than the presents.
Yeah.
Take the presents off the list.
I mean, they're bonus. They're bonus.
They're a nice bonus.
Yes, as long as you get the chance to drive the BMW, I suppose you're okay with that, really, aren't you?
In the UK? Ooh, don't know.
We shall see if you're good.
Just good food, and what I've always wanted is for us to be able to go on family walks during the Christmas time, and that's not always been easy or the case in the past years, but I believe that from now on that we can enjoy stuff like that, or just outdoor stuff, like going up Dobrecht and maybe walking a bit further up the mountain than we usually do, instead of just thinking about the strudel and the warm beverage.
I agree with that, and I agree with that to a point. And my point is, when we went up to Dobrecht and we did that walk, there was typically one or two people that hit a point where they just weren't enjoying it anymore. I was one of those persons. I think it was 1 year I just wasn't having it, was not in the mood, didn't want to do it. Most of the other years I've been okay with it, but I think that it's on one of those things where we've got to try and do a little something for everything that's about to come. You got to try and exert some energy and exercise and all that. But then, like I said, you also got to make sure that there's the other people that are there. The other people who don't necessarily get to spend as much time with everybody. You don't want them to spend the little time they have with that person upset, miserable, or mad because they have to go and push a little bit further than they'd like. I think that was a mistake that we may have made.
Okay.
So what was that? I was gone.
I was just saying that I think that while I agree with the idea of what we did, with our walk, and that's what we used to do for everybody watching. We used to park the car at basically the top level of the mountain, and then we used to walk just around, and there was this slope upwards, and there was typically we went as the family, and then there was always one or two of us that we weren't necessarily in the mood after a certain point to go further. And I think that maybe with that knowledge, we could try to be a little bit more considerate. I think.
Yeah, you are right, because for William and myself, it was frustrating because how can people be so unfit? And how can people, sometimes it's perceived as lazy.
Yeah.
And going up a steep mountain trail covered in snow is a good amplifier of the problem. But me and your mum have had the same problem for many years, because when I walk faster than your mum. She can walk quite a long way, but she walks slower than me.
Yeah.
And it's no fun for her trying to keep up with me.
Yeah.
It's no fun for me having to slow down to go at her pace.
Mm-hmm.
And that was what we saw on Dobrach. Quite possibly, if you had more time, if there wasn't the pressure, and if there was an incentive to get higher, then maybe it would have been different.
Yeah.
But that's behind us.
Yeah. Well, everybody responds to motivational praise differently. One person might perceive it as motivational praise, another person might perceive it as nagging, and no one likes to be nagged to. But I got that same thing. I've been walking quite a bit more just on the weekends and whatnot, and we went back down towards the Table Rock, which is where the infamous hike occurred, up to the big cross, and Lily was like, "Oh, geez, no, God, I'm not looking at that." No. And I was running the trail. I was running it. I was jogging, running, and I was like, "Come on, we can do this. Let's go. Let's do it." And so now I get it a little bit better. I get it a little bit more what it's like to be you guys much fitter and faster, and to say, "Let's go." And then I also get what it's like to be in the back, being like, "Okay, well, this ain't working out for me." So yeah, just that happy medium. I'm excited for the day that we get to do another Christmas Eve again together, and we can all, with everything that we've learned over this year, apply that. I think I'm gonna be with you guys a little bit more than I have been.
Definitely. We're looking forward to the 20-mile pre-wedding hike.
I don't have that on my Rolodex. I think I need to get
That's all right. We'll send it to you this time to practice.
That'll be good though. That'll be fun.
It could be, couldn't it?
Mm.
To do something a little bit. What was the Vierbergelaus? 56 kilometers, so 28. So 28 for, yeah, so about half the Vierbergelauf. To be able to do it this time would be fun. So something goal to think about. No, hey, come on, I've done 5,000 kilometers nearly this year, so another 20 miles, so that's 32 kilometers, no big deal. Thomas, relax.
You, Brett, breaking up.
Yeah. Right, so for this week, moving forward, should we stick with the videos?
I'm
liking it.
Definitely. However, I need you two to reply to my messages, maybe.
I replied.
No,
Right.
not really, but especially you, Daddy.
All right.
Yeah, no response came from you.
Terrible.
I'm shy.
Not like me, William. I responded.
And I remember you, Thomas, saying last week that you wished that we would talk about our challenges for the next time.
You're right.
I asked that question.
Wait a minute.
I'm just
It's
saying.
nothing but positive in this word. No. Right. So what your brother means, Thomas, let me translate. It would be really great if you were to talk a little bit more about what you're doing this week, the challenges. So if you do that, and I'll do the same.
All right.
Nice and positive. Keep it positive.
Share the videos that you watched so that we can see.
All right, then. Will do. Finally, I'm going down.
Okay, very good.
Going in the right direction.
I
Your
think
mum, yeah.
I think 95. I hope it isn't, but I think 95 might be your body's sweet spot. It looks like that's where it's kind of staying.
It's risk. It's return on the investment. At the moment, this is where my investment of exercise is keeping me. So if I look at the blood pressure, it's got to come down.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe I do need to lose some more weight. So I'm not too worried. I'll keep on going there. I've been much better this week. I haven't been a saint. We didn't have any cake or biscuits Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Friday, your mum made a cake. For some reason, she put thick caramel on top. And for some reason, I was sat here working. The reason was I was in a really boring meeting at work. So I just switched the camera off and I ate the cake without thinking, and I ate it. I thought, I didn't enjoy that. Just so sweet. So on Saturday, slice of cake. I cut the caramel off the top and left it and just had the cake. And the cake was fine. It was a banana nut cake. So it was not the most unhealthy cake ever. But I thought, why bother with the caramel if you don't really enjoy it?
Mm.
So not too bad on the bad stuff. Of course, today was honey day. Honey was nice. Not complaining there. And your mum made a Christmas mince pie, so I had that as well. And an excellent lunch or excellent dinner. But yeah, so I'm going in the right direction now. As for steps, William, up from last week, which is good to see. 72 kilometers, so you'll probably be about 80 kilometers by the time you finish today and get your steps in.
Yeah.
80 kilometers, 50 miles, that is for you, Thomas. I know that you're imperial these days, 50 miles in a week.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what went wrong there. Let me just... I see your steps were down a bit this week, Thomas.
They were, yeah.
Oh, we don't need the PowerPoint anymore. You can exit the screen if you want.
Okay, well, no, okay, so screen, stop sharing. Yes, so your steps were down a bit. Are you things quieter at work, or?
Yeah, they died down. We had that crazy day where I almost got 30,000 steps in, and then that was it, and then it dropped.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've been just making the 18,200 each day. It's been hard, but today I woke up full of promise. Got up first thing, did a long walk in the snow.
Mm-hmm.
Walking in the snow is hard work. Then I came back, and then I spent an hour and a half on the snow blower, and I realized that an hour and a half using the snow blower equals about 3 steps. Almost no steps. So I went out for another walk this afternoon, and today I've really enjoyed my steps. Other days it's just been a means to an end. I've got to do them, and that's why it's good to do something with purpose. It's good to do your boxing. It's good to do something where you get some enjoyment at the end of it.
Yeah.
I have a couple more questions before we end this.
Yes.
Christmas is 20 days away. That's almost 3 weeks. What are your goals physically wise or weight wise up until the end of the year or Christmas Day? Start with you, Daddy. What's your goal? What do you really want to reach by the end of the year? Because it's not much.
93 kilos.
93. Okay,
I was there on the 24th of October. I was at 93. I was there on the 12th of September. I was 93 as well. Between the 93 came England. So I know that I can do it because I've been there. So 93 kilos would be very, very achievable and nice.
Mm-hmm.
And you?
I think I'm at 92.6, so I've gone up a bit over the last few weeks. So I really want to get below 90. It's definitely possible. It's just psychological, because you're at that point where you're not losing any more weight, and I'm at this point where I'm stuck around the same weight for weeks and not getting any further. And psychologically, you just think like it can't get any better, because we just can't imagine it, because we've just been in this body for so many years that it's just hard to actually think of being thin one day. It's just, I don't know, it's just not.
I agree with you. That's why I didn't completely agree to, oh, that looks like 95 is your sweet spot. 95 is a convenient place, because that's where I've settled recently. But I also know, I've said but too many times in this call, I also know that I've not deserved to lose any more weight. I've been enjoying a few too many walnuts, Brazil nuts, a few too many beers, a few too many whiskeys, butter here, bread there. So I've not really been working hard to get down below the 95. Keeping you awake, son? All right.
What about you?
I agree. What about you then, Tom Tom? If you feel pressured, then don't answer.
No, a little bit of pressure is not the worst thing in the world.
Unless it's blood pressure.
Yes.
I want to end the year with a bang. I mean, I've been so proud of you guys, and especially of myself, over this past year. However, I've noticed in the past few weeks I've not gotten much further. But I really want to kick it up a notch these last 3 weeks of December to really end the year on a good note.
I agree, it would be good.
I think my goal weight would be 270.
What are you now? What's your name?
286.
16 pounds in 3 weeks?
I think that's very doable.
It's doable, of course, yeah. But in the end, it's all about. Excuse me?
16 pounds is 8 kilos, 7 kilos. Yeah. With some real work, and a meat and a sensible diet. Yes, it's reasonable, achievable. Are you sure you're not just picking it out of the sky there for something to say?
No, I'm not. I'm not, because here's the thing. When I first moved to the US, I was around 210 pounds. I'm picking it off a scale I remember looking at years ago. When I was at my highest, which was probably at the beginning of last year, I was about 304 pounds. And I'm sick and tired of being in the upper 200s, up at lower 300s. I got to get down. I don't like being up there. So give myself the number. I know I can do it if I work hard enough. So that's what I'm going to do.
If you're interested, I tell you from my own experience, having the whiteboard behind me in the beginning where people could see my progress every week helped me. If it helps you to post your scale every day, just share it in the group chat. Take a photo.
We should all do that, I think.
Yeah, I'm up for that. And then holy schmoly, I've got to share it tomorrow. So do I really want this mince pie or? Right, so I will do that every day from now until Christmas. I will share my weight, the good, the bad, and the ugly.
Me too.
Okay. You said you had a few questions. That was one question, William. What else?
No, so the question was, what's your goal and what you're going to do about it? So those are my questions. And
so 270 is 130 kilos, Thomas.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we got 93, 90, and 130. Let's go for that then. Don't look so depressed, son, because you'll go and eat a great big breakfast if you feel bad.
I'm ready to get her done.
Okay. All right then. It is time, Thomas, for you to do your stuff.
All righty, guys. We got another week in the books. Another one yet to come. We can do this. We're in the final stretch before the end of the year. Make wonderful, good, healthy decisions, and we will see you guys next week. Goodbye for now.
Yep.